excited you guys are on our very first meeting in September. Happy September. And I'm going to go ahead and immediately give it to Andrea because I got to turn my music off in the background.
Yes, you do. And 1 second so I can get this all lined up.
Yay.
Welcome, everybody, to our Take It to the Top. Woo! Who is excited? We're going to do fall trend and preview. And I would love to know, so I'm going to go ahead. Every week we start the same way. Of course, tonight is going to be all about the guests and any of our special women that are on the line, but we start our T3, which is a combination of Terry's Treasures, Joanna Shipe's Superstars, Linda Mead's Miracles, and of course the Andrea's Amazing Graces. So we're so honored and excited for all of you to be here, but we want to start with our Crow Time. So Crow Time is very unique to our Mary Kay Pink Bubble, but this is an opportunity for us to really look back at the week. What did we do that perhaps we want to be celebrated for? And also, how are we using our Mary Kay business to truly make a difference into the life of another woman? So I'm going to stop the screen share because I want to bring all of you full screen for our awesome Crow Time. So who might want to start with Crow Time? Amy, take it away, girl.
Hey, so good evening, everyone. So this weekend we got a chance to see family members that we haven't seen for 5 years. She had asked me prior to that to maybe about some Mary Kay and maybe seeing what she could use now because she was out of what she previously purchased. And so I planned ahead and I took samples and not knowing which formulation she would like to try. So I just put some things in my purse and we got there. And when it became time to share about that, I said, hey, this is what I was thinking about for you. Do you have questions? What might you like different? And all of a sudden, the little girls that were with her are like all of a sudden interested. And one's 11 and one's 10. And so they haven't really been talking much the whole time, And so this was like the opening up thing for them. They just opened up right away and they're like, well, we want to do it too. And so she's like, no, this is all about mommy. And I said, no, actually, I have samples enough for everybody. And I sent them all home with samples and they were just enthralled and started actually opening up and talking to everybody then and just was like excited about being there because I found that little golden ticket to make them feel better and to say, hey, you can have something too. So blessing other people sometimes with even a sample, even though they're not trying it right in front of you, is very beneficial to making them realize that they can start planning. So as I was doing that, I also said, well, hey, by the way, could you help me pop a state? Because she lives in Georgia and she has friends and family in PA. And I said, we could do both if you had like 3 of each person and did 300 plus in sales on each side. And they're like, the girls start planning the guest list right there. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. So not only did they all feel good about themselves and had some pampering packets to go home and look forward to, but they started planning the party for me.
Oh my word, that's awesome.
Love it. And I love that you had samples. Every place I went over the holiday weekend, I said, oh my gosh, can I give you a gift? And you should see how people light up, and you've been able to hand them a sample, and that's a gift, ladies. And when you can do that, it really does affect your serotonin, which is that feel good endorphin and that neurotransmitter, and that keeps you doing more of that. So well done, Amy. Who else blessed somebody and wants to crow on what they did? Go Dee. I know you want to. Go Dee. Unmute.
Okay, Amy blew mine out of the water. Great job, Amy. So I got out of my comfort zone and I was messaging Andrea every step I took this last week. And I'm like, okay, I asked people and I even used Joe's line. I'm like, I would kick myself all the way home if I did not give you a business card and get your number. And one woman, she's there, and it's funny because the kids I babysit, the brother is on the same soccer team as her son. and she was holding their 2-year-old, and she is a pediatrician. So I'm like, okay, she's busy. And it turns out that she's in the same neighborhood as one of my other training clients. So I'm like, you know, you look exactly like my Mary Kay director. Anyhow, she said, I don't even know about Mary Kay, so it's probably, you know, definitely not me. And I thought, oh, okay. So at the end of it, I'm like, here's my card, can I please have your number? Got her number. I got another number, and one person actually got back to me and said, I don't think I can accept gifts, but thank you anyway. I haven't responded to her yet because I don't know how, but I got out of my comfort zone and it was really nice. So I got parties coming up.
Woo, go Dee. And you know what? We call it Take It to the Top, but we also call it Talk to Me Tuesday. So you and I need to talk about how to respond, because that one, no, simple.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, this is double credit month. And on my prayer call, we were really talking about God is ready. Isaiah 61:7 says, God wants to give you double for your trouble. And so this is huge, Dee. When we start to get into action and we're standing for what we know we want and we're doing what's right, our double blessings will be coming. So way to go. Who else wants to crow before we move on?
That's okay.
Oh, Vicki.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I just muted her accidentally. I'm sorry. Unmute yourself, Vicki. I'm sorry.
I got it. You know, I talk too much anyway.
I'm sorry.
I was very happy to take on a new client this week. She's a neighbor. I've been talking to her for years since I moved in. And the other day she knocked on my door and she said, I'm ready. And I said, you're ready? What you ready for? Penelope, what are you ready for? And she says, I want to look like you. I said, well, come right on in. And I did a facial and a makeover on her. And she started out, she said, all I want is the night cream and some foundation. And she ended up buying the whole repair wear set. Because I said, well, honey, you've got to have the day cream because you're in Florida. You got to keep that sun off your skin, and took it from there. So she's going to be a very good client. I've ran into her twice since, and she's very happy.
Yay.
All right.
Super exciting. All right. Well, we know that this week is going to be filled with blessings. So make sure you remember these throughout the week so that when we start our meeting, you've got them ready to go. And it really does make a difference. Who feels tonight that they were blessed listening to Amy and Dee and Vicki? It really is powerful. You make the meeting. So you want to show up, even if you think, oh, I didn't have a good week. It's not about you, ladies, many a times. It's about how you can give and be a blessing. And so we're so happy that all of you are here. Let's do our IPA count up. So we want to see our queen of IPAs. We really we give points for every 5 increments, but let's celebrate who has the most. So keep your hand up if you have. Keep your hand up if you have, let's start with 5. If you have 5, I can't see everybody all of a sudden. So keep your hand up again. If you have, let's go to 10.
Jamie, D.
Okay, keep going. If you have 15.
No.
Keep going. Anybody? I can't see everybody with that. Okay, Joe, if you see.
Yeah, D's got it.
Okay, there we go. 20. Keep your hand up if you got 20. Oh, let's go back. Okay, keep your hand up. Everybody dropped. Okay, let's start. 16. Keep your hand up. Everybody dropped at 16, right? Okay, I think 15, we had a tie.
Was
it Jamie and Dee? I love it. Way to go, guys. Keep it up. You get points for all of that. Way to go. Well, it is exciting to acknowledge and to introduce our guests. So do we have any special guests on the line tonight? You have a guest, unmute so you can introduce your guest. Who is the iPad? We don't have a name for the iPad.
Oh, that's Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Are you our guest tonight, Stephanie?
There's Melody too.
Yeah. Jamie, you want to introduce your guest?
Yes, Stephanie has Steffi's just an amazing person. She's a big crafter. She's going to make me some really cute t-shirts I'm excited about. And Melody, she's a Scentsy representative. And I just love these women to death. They are the ones that are married to identical brothers. They're sisters married to identical brothers.
We
They were on last month, right?
Yes, we loved having you on. And I believe tonight's special because you were both hostesses, right? Woo woo.
Because Jamie, weren't they hostesses last month as well?
Well, they were last month, but you told them to be on tonight.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, they were August hostesses. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got them in the drawing, so we're so excited. And by the way, if any other consultant right now has a hostess, okay, bye, honey. My son is screaming, bye, mom. If you had any hostesses that you did not let us know, please put in the chat right now because we're going to be doing our drawing tonight. And of course, we are doing our pop state contest that started July 1st. It goes until the end of September. But girlfriends, I don't know about you, but most of us get more done in the last bit of time than we do in the whole 3 months. And so there's so much opportunity right now for you to invite all of your clients. I mean, reach out to people you've never even facialed. This is the reason we have these fun adventures, and to expand and extend your reach across the states in America. That's like pretty fun. So they will be blessed by, of course, receiving a facial. When they are a hostess, they'll go into the $100 Amazon gift card giveaway when they have 3 minimum non-Mary Kay users and they hit their $300 in sales. But we're putting them in our drawing for free Mary Kay, even if they don't make that qualification. And so we're so excited that 2 of the women are on. Your guests and your hostesses don't have to be on live to win. But I do want to say that when you're on tonight, you get extra fun giveaways. And so we're so happy and excited to have all of you. So I'm going to start question D. Go ahead.
Could I count Tanya just because of she would have hosted at her place, but her place is a little like the water damage. She's not on right now.
Did she have 3 women on a virtual with her?
Oh, no, she wasn't able to get that, unfortunately. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Hostess has to have her plus 2. So that would be a total of 3. Absolutely. All right. And I think we are recording and I got the names. Yes, Joe, but if there's any additional, put your hostesses in the chat box.
Okay,
all
so
right.
Jamie, we got your names that you sent me, honey.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, welcome. We are excited. We are here for our fall fashion trends night. And oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to bring you some of the new things that are happening in, of course, the fashion world. And of course, forgive me, my neighbor has a big muffler and he's going by, but fashion world, makeup world, and of course our Mary Kay world all together. I did put a couple of, if you feel like knowing where I got some of the information, I have a link and I'll post that if you're interested, but let's go ahead and begin because this is all about you being up to date, feeling very, very sophisticated. And I want to tell you, I've got 3 slides for you tonight. And as we go through, feel free to comment in the chat box what you love most about the new Mary Kay products. And of course, we're going to be doing a booking prize just for you saying, I want to help my consultant pop a state. So if we have any guests that just arrived, let me tell you, in the fashion world, we're seeing some big changes. And I want to bring to light this fall, you're going to see a lot of sequins. And Mary Kay is so on trend. They've always been ahead of all of the trends with where their research and their market so that we can have the products that help our customer be fashion forward. So you're going to see a lot of these sequins. It's going to be in a variety of ways, but I love how the trend and the makeup are working together. One trend in the makeup world are going to be very graphic eyeliners, and you're going to see stronger eyeliners. So the top picture there in the middle, you're going to see that graphic eyeliner. Mary Kay has some fun stuff that is all focused on eyes. And you're going to see some heavier liner and some different types of application for liners in the fall. And of course, we've got our fall Mary Kay launch. So Miss Amy Paul, I'm going to ask you to take your seat at the podium for speaking. And if you can tell us about the new graphite and amethyst liquid eyeshadow.
So these are actually really, really cool, and they're so easy to sell. Literally just pull them out of the box and just put them on your finger or your back of your hand, and they just shimmer and they're slide on so smooth due to the gel-based formula that they have. But that also is a selling point because especially for people who maybe are a little hot all the time, it makes it actually feel cool. You get a really, Vicky's laughing, but she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Probably Jamie too, but it's got a really cool sensation similar to some of the older shadows that we used to have. Yep, there you go, Joe. So, and the price point's not bad either at 16. You can actually wear them really well with the pink. The amethyst looks great with like a moonstone just on the top, and then you can just kind of layer it with some soft heather in the middle maybe, and just put the amethyst like in a V shape like this, or you can do that whole lower lid with black liquid and it looks beautiful. The graphite is terrific for doing a smoky eye. And so even older ladies that I've sold it to were like, can I do a smoky with this? And I said, absolutely. So it's super easy and gentle to use. And it's quick pick me up, and the little kids like it too. So it goes the whole generation gap all the way to the top.
Love it.
I love that. And Joe, you're going to talk about the nail polish.
Yes. So these colors are put the funk in funky. Okay. So we have a shimmery green and a shimmery pink, and you can see in the picture, you can see it much better, but I want to tell you something, girls. I know a lot of y'all get, I call them fake nails. You get gel nails. I do the dip. But here's the beautiful thing. When people come out, when we come out with Mary Kay nail polishes, people go cray-cray because they last forever. But on top of your gel or your dip or your acrylics, you can put these polishes. So you can actually take them in to your technician, your nail technician, and they will put them on. And then they will say, ooh, I like this. And you can say, you can have one too. But I love them. They go on so smooth, so sparkly, and it's just that awesome pop. And I'll tell you something that's really on trend right now is to do the multi-colors on your nails. And so you can do a zigzag of one color and a zigzag of the other. And when you own the color, you take it back home with you and you can touch up your own nails later on. Yay.
And just notice how it's a great accent to the skirt or the sequin top that you're going to start to see a lot more of that. Isn't that, I mean, Mary Kay already knew that, right?
Yeah, we already knew that.
I love it. Okay, another fashion trend. You're going to start to see some truly bold colors being together in a lot of asymmetric patterns. You're also going to see lavender. So this shows you two of the fall trends coming up on the left. The lavender is actually, I'm giving you three fall trends. Okay, so we've got big, bold colors with these asymmetric kind of, shapes or the texture. But the second with the lavender, notice that she also has a blazer. So the third fashion trend for the fall are a lot more blazers. You're going to see them as outerwear. So women wearing them with crop top, you're going to see it as a dressy or a casual. That's something, pull out your stuff from the 90s. Perfect that Joe started our call with the Cyndi Lauper, because the 90s is another fashion trend. I didn't put it on here, but you're going to start to see a lot more of that kind of retro. In makeup, let me just tell you, the tip here are bold lips, very bright hues, because we've been covered up for so many months. Women are feeling sick and tired of being covered up. They're ready to come out with some beautiful lips. And we have got some fall lips that are from Mary Kay. And I believe Miss Vicky is going to talk to us about our two new fall lips. Take it away, Vicky.
Unmute, Vicky.
Got it. You know, I'm slow. No, the sparkle lipsticks are phenomenal because I'm one at my young age. I normally do not wear a real bright lipstick. It does not look becoming to me at all. And I can wear the ruby. I was just absolutely floored when I got it. And you can change the color of that tremendously. You can get it going to almost a purplish burgundy color to the other day. I put it on and I had on a rust colored top. And all I did was change my blush from a wineberry to the golden copper, and it just pulled it out. Same way with your lip liners. You can use the lip liners we have. If you use the coral with it, it's going to bring on more of a rusty tone. Use the berry with it, and it's going to keep it in the deep. But it's fabulous. And if it's a little too dark, ladies, take just a little bit of the sandstone and put it just in the center of the bottom lip. And that really does give you a little pout there. So I love it.
Thank you.
Can I give a lip tip real quick?
Yes, and then talk about the bronzers or the.
Yeah, I can talk. I'll talk about that too. When you put your lip liner on and then your lipstick, don't rub your lips together because your top lip and your bottom lip are shaped differently. Okay.
Right.
And so what you want to do is when you put it on, you just want to kiss like that. So when Vicki said put that sunstone on the bottom, then you would just kiss to push them together. Now I want to show you in the two highlighters, we have one that is kind of a call it, oh, that's good, Andrea, a vanilla, and then the other one's kind of a pinky. And this is what you do with the little pinky one. And Zulema and I demonstrated this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to show you again. So you put a little bit on your blush brush, and then of course you tap it to get the excess off. And if you're a little bit more interesting age, Amy, not older, a little bit more interesting age, you focus the color in here, right in here, and right in here, okay? All right, here and here, especially if you're doing contouring that we taught last week. If you are a little bit younger age, or if your face is very, very thin and you need to bring more, size to your face, then you'll put it here and you'll put it here. Now I'm going in the wrong direction. You always want to start here and stroke down and then grind back. Start here, go down and grind back. Now with the lighter color, Zulema and I, when we demonstrated this, we had so much fun with it. We were actually dancing it on the inside of our eye. We were dancing it on the top of our little lip right here to give that a little pop. Look at that. She put some on the end of my nose. When she contoured my nose, we put some right here outside the eye. And I know I'm doing this with my fingertip, but I do want to show you guys with the brushes, you can do this with one of the brushes as well. Okay, the all over eye brush is perfect. You can just put a little bit there, a little bit there, and then I just put it on a little tissue like this, clean it off, and you're good to go. But these are beautiful colors. They're extremely sheer. And I even went so far as to, for my birthday dinner, because we directors got all this early, was I put what color is this called? Rose something? Rose sapphire. I can't remember the names. I say the pinky one. I actually took it on my finger and I danced it on my lip like this. And we were going out for the evening and it brought a shimmer to my lips. You can also take it and go down your décolleté. You can go down your armpits. You can put it on your legs. Just bathe yourself in this stuff, girls. This is awesome stuff.
It is truly, truly awesome.
You can never be too rich, too thin, or too shimmery.
That is Joe's motto for sure. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so your final fashion trend that you're going to start to see, there are three here. So the first I mentioned earlier, I'm going to start at the bottom. the blazer, but what I really wanted to show with this picture is the midriff. I have seen quite a few midriffs, and I will honestly tell you, in our Mary Kay Pink bubble, I recommend no boobs, no bums, and no bellies. That has sort of been my little mantra for a long time. But you are going to see this in the fashion world. So of course, be considerate about your Mary Kay business and don't necessarily wear that in your work life. But you're going to see more midriffs. You're going to see the blazer. Over to the left, you're going to see the texture of the plaid. Think of Harry Potter or any of those fall collegiate kind of textures and skirts. And that's going to be a really fun kind of, you can of course wear pants. You're going to see colorful pants wearing like that as well. The top picture is the trench. My goodness, the trench is back. If you don't have a really good camel trench coat, they do recommend that's going to be really popular this season. Now for makeup, oh man, oh man, oh man, the trend is dewy natural face, dewy. So are we ever right on point? And we have got Jamie Boyard. All of these speakers have already finished their star. They will be, of course, honored at our star party we're doing Dreams and Desserts. And that is going to be on Thursday, September 17, when Joe is with me at my house. So I'm really excited for Jamie to teach us about the pink clay mask. You're able to unmute. Jamie? Oh.
Yep, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Oh,
take two. This is the new pink clay mask. And everybody that has tried the sample in the book is one thing now. So I have already ran out and I have to get some more. But this pink clay mask, it is absolutely awesome. It is infused with plumeria extract and it has dewy peony and tea rose. Now the plumeria extract, it has antioxidants in it. And I looked that up because, you know, I hear these big words and I'm like, okay, let's check this out. So antioxidants are defenders of free radicals, which once again made me look up free radicals. So free radicals, I had no idea that our body does this, but they are unstable molecules that are produced normally. It's a chemical reaction in our body, and they often attack our skin structures, potentially affecting our skin elasticity and firmness. So having that plumeria in there is not only just going to hydrate your skin in just 10 minutes, but it's going to provide just a wonderful dewy feel to it. And it is going to help fight the antioxidant, fight the free radicals.
Right.
So I absolutely love it. And it is a beautiful product. Absolutely beautiful. And it's pink.
And it's pink. And my mom has been a fan of our botanical #1 mask that we used to have. And I really feel that if you are somebody who has loved that mask, you actually, forgive me, #3 mask. It was the botanical #3 mask. And it was purple, and we would put it on our little pimples, or it would help with absorbing any of the extra oils because of the kaolin clay. This is, I think, the closest replacement. So you're going to want to tell a lot of your customers whether they're dry or whether they're oily. Thank you, Jamie.
Love it.
Sneak peek, you guys. We talked about graphic eyeliner. Well, I don't have it yet because it is not available for order for everybody. Mine is on its way, but we've got these awesome eyeliners coming out in all of our PCP enrollees. So ask your consultant if she has enrolled you in Preferred Customer Program, because you're going to want a consultant who is taking good care of you. And when they enroll in that, our consultants are able to order early. So this is coming again right on trend with the fashions that I mentioned earlier, graphic eyeliner. And I couldn't resist, you guys, when we saw that picture of Megan Fox. Let me just go back. This is Megan Fox right here, this stunning beauty. This lip is not just shimmery in our fall, but it's also coming in our matte lip set. So you're going to absolutely love what's coming. Now, if you're a guest tonight, I know some of you have been hostesses. Well, guess what? You can be a hostess over and over and over. So we've got a booking gift for you tonight. And I'm going to ask that you just put it in the chat box. And all you need to do is say yes to inviting 3 different women, people with skin. It can actually be men. You can have a men's skincare party. But when you say yes tonight to having 3 people virtually or live, then you're going to get a bonus gift from your beauty consultant when you hold your appointment. Now, if for some reason your friends don't show up, just for you holding your appointment, you're going to get that gift from your consultant. And tonight it is a free eye color. So all you have to do is put in the chat box and we'll make sure that we find that date with your consultant that would benefit you and your friends. Plus, you're going to help them pop a state. And of course, we all know people across the country. We just sort of have to have a little bit of, sometimes a consultant needs to help you think of those people. But I do want to honor, we have a bunch of people that I haven't had a chance to add. And Joe actually twice in Arizona, she popped California and 2 in Georgia, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll make sure I correct that immediately. And Joe, why don't you go ahead and finish with our options for our double credit month?
Well, actually, Terry is going to talk about double credit month.
Okay.
So are you talking about double credit with the company, Dre?
I think actually just right here,
For the
just for
pop.
the guest. Yeah.
Okay.
For the guest.
Okay. So guest, we just want to let you know that we are having a huge drawing in October, and it's going to be for anyone who was a hostess in July, August, September. You can be a hostess once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, as long as it's new faces and at least 200 in sales with your consultant. And the way you get double entries is you show up live. So the girls married to the twins, bam, you guys are in the drawing yet again for the grand prize. And then if you guys decide you want to be hostesses again, pull in 3 more people, 18 and older, non-Mary Kay users. You can go over and over and over and over again and be entered into this. Are we ready for our drawing, Andrea?
Why don't you do this and then yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we always want to give our guests an opportunity to look at the Mary Kay business for themselves. So there are actually 2 options in the Mary Kay business. One is you can start your own Mary Kay business for $30. For $30, you get your website for 1 year that Mary Kay designs for you. You get to pick 5 zip codes that you can tap into, and you also get your credit card processing app. Isn't that awesome? Normally that would be around $70. Then if you really want the starter kit, which is worth over $400, you can get that for $100 plus the eStart, which is the website and the credit card processing. So basically, when it cost over $10,000 just to apply and receive permission to use the Subway logo, if you were to open up a Subway shop, just to receive permission to use it. That doesn't include any bread or cheese or meat or anything. For only $130, you can start your own Mary Kay business, and you can be your own boss and set your own hours and have as much flexibility as you want and tax write-offs and all the great things. And you get to hang out with us because we're pretty awesome.
We're pretty darn awesome. Well, I think we need to have a big some woo woo woo.
Woo, 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 woo.
So I want to give it up for all of those in our drawing for the month. And drum roll, please. Can you guys see this? Everybody seeing Laura? Oh, and that was not at all rigged. I promise. You guys saw that, right? Everybody saw it?
It looked a little weighted to me.
Oh, it did not. Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited for my Laura. She's going to be excited to know she won. But guess what? You're on live. So we've got some drawings for those ladies on live. And I don't even think we need to do a drawing. Do we, Joe? We've got one for each guest?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just again, give it up for our amazing guests. And we are excited every month. We are committed to doing a hostess, something for our hostesses, something for our customers. And so the next one will be honoring all of our September hostesses. And ladies, I was my own hostess many a times. That's okay. Now you won't necessarily go into the big drawing, but get your friends together and do your own parties virtually or live or hybrid and pop a state. All right.
Okay, real quick. Yeah, in September, you guys will actually do 2 major drawings. One will be for all of our September hostesses, and then we'll do the grand prize drawing, the $100 Amazon gift card for everyone who's been a hostess, July, August, and September. You'll all go into the grand prize drawing. How many of y'all would love to have a $100 Amazon gift card? Uh-huh. Okay, now before we go any further, I just want our guests and I want our consultants to hear how just stupid, awesome, amazing our company is. It's just crazy. And I know that Terry is on, and I love Terry. She's one of my Jersey girls, and she's going to explain to you guys this amazing thing that the company is doing right now called double credit. They
Double
only do
credits.
what?
I just said double credits.
Yeah. So it's all about double credit. And basically the company is going to match you dollar for dollar and person for person.
Right.
So you girls, Stephanie and Melanie, y'all need to join Jamie's team this month because you'll actually count as Stephanie, Melanie, Steph, and Mel.
Two
You'll count
times.
twice. Okay. Terry, take it away, girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, double credits. How many of you have experienced this before and you've used it to your advantage in your business? Right? Okay. So part of the problem sometimes is we don't know how good it is because we don't understand all the parts of it. So I want to talk first about the double credit for personal sales. So this is the month you want to stock up for the holidays. You want to get ready for your open houses. You want to get ready for your holiday sales. You want to start thinking like a retailer, because when you purchase your products, the retail value that you purchase your products, no, I'm sorry, the retail value, you're going to purchase it for wholesale, but the retail value will double up to 4,000 in extra credit points for you. So what does that really mean? So if you purchase $2,000 in retail, the company is going to add on for your seminar awards towards personal sales, another $2,000 in retail credit. So they do have a max. So the maximum you can have in the month is $4,000 in double credit. So if you've purchased $3,600 in retail, which your cost is only $1,800, they're going to give you the credit of $3,600. Now, if you purchase $5,000 in retail, they're only going to match up to the $4,000. Okay, so there is a max on it, but you want to try and take advantage and think ahead. Think what you're going to need for the holidays. Start thinking about gifts you need to purchase, items you're going to need for birthdays, for holidays, whatever is coming up between now and the end of the year. This is the time to get excited. The double credit doesn't happen often. When it does happen, the directors usually get a little inkling ahead of time. We didn't this time, but we get excited because this is the time that we can really maximize our personal sales towards the National Court of Sales, but also towards the Princess Court of Sales, and then towards your units Court of Sales. Now, in addition to the Court of Sales, my favorite is Court of Sharing. So in Court of Sharing, like Joanna said, we're going to get to double people, and you get to double up to 6 people. So the way that works, and with the Great Start Qualified that we have going on now, that actually works a little bit more into our favor. Again, the company is an amazing company and they're trying to help us help ourselves. So you want to take advantage whenever there's a little carrot dangling in front of you, grab it and run with it. So if you recruit Jamie, right? It's your guests are on here tonight. We're just going to pretend. We're
Yeah.
just going to play. Let's pretend. Let's pretend that your two new hostesses decide to join your team. And I'm sorry, the names are all off of my screen right now.
Stephanie and Melanie.
Stephanie and Melanie. So Stephanie and Melanie join your team. So Jamie, if they join your team in September, they sign their agreements in September, they actually, for you, can count towards your personal quart of sharing to double if they come in as a qualified consultant. And girls, Jamie can explain to you what that is when she talks to you after this call. But if they come in as a qualified consultant, September, October, November, or December, and it can be cumulative, they will count as double towards the quart of sharing. Who can get excited about that?
Yeah.
Who can get excited about that? You don't have to bring in new qualified in the same month that they're signing in September. They just have to sign their agreement in September. Does that make sense?
Hey, Terry, while you're at it, will you share how would a consultant even maybe reach out to somebody that they'd love to have on their team, but they may not know what to do or say?
Well, I think the first thing to do is have them fall in love with the product like we all are. And once they fall in love with the product and you start to talk to them about all these extra little perks, it's not going to be hard to talk them into looking at the opportunity and at least seeing what it's all about. If you have any concerns about how to address this with your consultant or with your potential consultant, talk to your director, and your director can absolutely help you talk to that new consultant for you. Do you guys have any questions? I'm sorry, my screen's going all wacky. It's throwing me off. Do you have any questions?
We're doing that to you. We're doing it to you.
Thanks. Doesn't take much right now, I'm telling you. Any questions about the double credit?
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so if I were to add 3 people to my team in September, and in the next 3 months after September, October, November, December, they did a total of qualified order wholesale, would they count as 3 people or 4 people?
They would count as 6 people.
6? If they count as 6 people, then I'm halfway to Princess Court. I'm
Halfway to Princess Court.
I finished my director's court.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
And you can do this 6 times. So again, work the numbers. The whole idea this month is to sign everybody and anybody, everybody who loves Mary Kay.
Let them.
You want to talk to them and have them talk to your directors, and then you can have up to 6 count as double credit.
Love it.
That's
That's so
amazing.
exciting.
That's amazing.
So exciting. And you guys, when you think about the fact that someone can start a business for either $30 or $130, you go to Walmart with 3 things on your list and you spend more than $130 just walking up and down the aisles, right?
Well, and I think the whole idea is our business idea is so different than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
One of our biggest objections is I didn't have the time.
Mhm.
I don't have the location. I don't have people in my area. There are no areas to begin with, but now because of Zoom, because of Facebook Live, there's no boundaries.
Yeah.
And time, you can do a Facebook Live party in about 45 minutes. So you can do about 3 parties a night. We couldn't do that before.
Mm-mm.
1 party a day and we were done, because you'd have an hour and a half, 2 hours travel each
Yeah.
way. So this is definitely the time to have women who are looking for something extra
Mhm.
look into our opportunity as a possibility. And that's all you want, is they just want to look at it as a possibility.
And you only have to
have to
get
put
dressed.
them-
You only have to get dressed from the waist up. Right now, Andrea's wearing her underwear.
Thank you.
Now
Thank you.
tell everybody, like, what does this do for the team?
Mm.
What do you mean? What does it
For the
do
team, for their unit.
Oh, for their unit. Well, as they're going for directorship and as they're trying to build their team and become a, oh gosh, Joe, what's the name? What's the new title?
An elite.
An elite team leader. You're going to start to earn more and more commission as you grow your team. That's not bad. So not
And-
only are you going to get paid when you sell your products, not only will you get paid as your team members start to recruit and sell their products, but you're going to get paid off of their new team members
Yep.
as they're recruiting. It's a great gig right now, guys. It
And-
really is.
And everybody's production counts double for your unit too.
Oh, yeah.
Counts double for the unit. So you guys who are like, well, I won't do it for myself, but I'll do it for my unit. Go for it. Whatever it takes, guys. But imagine selling 20 $100 gift certificates for the holidays right this month. Even if you're like, I don't have time for this, I don't have time. 20 $100 gift certificates. It now translates to $8,000 retail.
And that's what you have to worry about is the retail. That's where they're counting it.
Love it. That's
So it's
awesome.
retail for quart of sales, then it's the wholesale production that your new qualified recruits come in that counts for your
Yeah.
new team members.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, are we ready for, thank you, Terry, that you made it so clear. Are we ready for Reco?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Andrea's my slide flipper. Okay, so guys, you know that on September 15th, we end our first Star Consultant quarter of the entire seminar year. And with the new point system and the awesome prizes and everything, you do not want to miss out on this first quarter. Do whatever it takes. And if you do it before the 15th, it's all going to count for this quarter. So let's work hard for this. If you don't work hard any other time of the year, work hard now. Terry, that's your doggy.
It is. I'm going to mute myself.
Got it.
Hey, and Joe, what are we doing with the stars?
Okay, so I'm so excited to say that on Thursday, September 16th, I'm flying into San Diego to have just a fun little night with Andrea and her family. And we are doing a Star Consultant night. So it will be Andrea and I together, and y'all know how crazy that will get. And we're sending you a little gift package in the mail. So even if you haven't finished Star yet, but you're on target for Star, then you need to let your director know immediately, I'm going to finish my Star, because we are sending out little goodie bags to everybody, little packages, and we will open them up and celebrate with you guys on the 16th. So right after the end of the quarter, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Next slide. Okay, so career path introductions. Where are you going to choose to land at the end of this month? Who's going to be featured on October 5th for jumping up, for moving up? You guys, this is your time, especially with double credit. Okay, so I want to welcome Fran Sanders from Oceanside, California on Andrea Zajak's team. Spia the leader is the Spia the gang. Very good. And then these are all of our amazing senior consultants. And I'm not going to name everybody's name tonight. I want to get to our queens because this is going to blow your minds. Okay. But we do have our red jackets. We love our red jackets and our team leaders. So we want to celebrate them and just know that we want to celebrate you, but we want to get to these points. So get out your pop form, girls. Get out your pop form. Okay. It's like your popcorn, but your pop form, and fill in your points every single week. Now, this is always due right at the end of the month. Okay. So like if the month, you know, if the month ends on a Sunday, then right then, but we always kind of go into the next month, a couple of days for some of these pop points. So pay attention to this. So this is not your August pop form. This is your September pop form. So give yourself 10 points for being on live tonight. If you are alive right now, or all of you pinch yourself. Are you alive? Are you alive, awake, enthusiastic? Yes. Give yourself 10 points for turning in your weekly accomplishment sheet. I can't believe I didn't change these to September. I forgot what month it was. 10 points for turning in your weekly accomplishment sheet for the week ending September 5th on your September pop form. Keely, Robin, Jamie, Arlene, Amy, I can probably remember from memory. Zulema, Dee, Vicky, Joan, Chrissy, and Christine. Did I miss anybody? And Alice. Okay. Yay. And Pega. Okay. She flipped the slide. I do it from memory. Okay. 10 points for every new face you've done with the week ending September 5th. Full circle, just like Vicky talked about. She sat down with the ladies. She put the products on her face. She, of course, because she's super smart, savvy businesswoman, she explained a little bit about the marketing plan. And of course, the woman fell in love with the value firm, and Vicky is $205 richer. Okay. Okay, let's see who our weekly queens are. Drum roll. Woo! Oh my word. Now, Zulema is right in the throes of doing homework and everything with kids because that's where everybody is right now. But Zulema, you got to get on here, girl. I named both of you guys queens because there was $20 difference, $20 retail difference between the two of you. 20 bucks. So I said, you know what? It's just too close to call. They're both our queens. So you both get 20 points for the week ending September 5th. And you guys, this is just working your business. So real quick, let's spotlight or let's take off the screen share real quick, Andrea. And we had Christine and we had Jamie and Keely. They all, and Robin. Wait a minute. Who else did a $300 week? I forgot already.
It was Christine.
Christine.
Hold on, I'll go back.
Okay, Christine, Jamie, and someone else.
Sorry.
Was it Amy?
It was Jamie, Keely, and Christine.
Okay, all right, very good. So wait a minute, I'm looking at Terry right now. So let me go back to gallery. And I just want to hear, Vicki, I know how you do it. And I know what you're going to say. You want me to just say it as you say it? Unmute yourself, girl. Unmute. Zulema, get ready. We want to hear from you too. Vicki, unmute. She's like, I'm not listening to you. Okay. Tell us how you sold over $500 in 1 week.
Just put the product on the people. That's all you got to do. You put the product on them, they're going to buy it.
I love it. I
And
love it.
I have somebody I'm working with right now that I'm trying to recruit, but she just won't go with it. But she's actually been selling some product for me
Okay.
because she's putting her product on them. And I'm going, girl, come on, we got to do this.
That's so awesome.
But
It's double
no,
month. You're going to get double credit.
Double.
no,
Double trouble. Okay.
just
Very
make the
good.
phone calls and put it on the people's faces.
Okay, very good. Okay, Zulema, you don't have to do your video if you're in the middle of kids, but please tell us how you sold over $500. Oh, there she is. $500 in one. Oh, they're heading to gymnastics. Okay, this is a woman on the go constantly. She's got 2 kids. They are super involved in everything. And her husband, just like my husband, because they work for the same company, travels constantly. So look at her in her car on the go. Looks like she just finished working out. She's still gorgeous. Zulema, tell us how you did it over $500 in a week.
Vicky just said it. Just put the product in the faces, and my makeovers have been helping me a lot to to show them how good our products are, and just talking to people, talking.
Okay, Zulema, let me ask you something. For someone who's like, gosh, I haven't done much lately, or I need to get started again. What would you tell them? I mean, you had so many obstacles in your mind 2.5 years ago when you started, and now all those obstacles are gone. Do you think maybe just doing it over and over helped?
Yes. That is it.
Repetition. And I have to tell y'all, Zulema is not afraid of video. She is not afraid of Facebook Live. She is not afraid of any of it. And, you know, she just says, you know what, I'm just going for it. And if people judge me, that's not my problem. That's their problem. And now she's got this whole following. She's got 2 different Facebook pages, one for her Mary Kay in English, one in Espanol. And she is, I'm telling you, she is rocking it. And they love it. You're awesome. Thanks, Zulema. Thank you for getting on.
Hey, Joe, I'm just going to do a little plug. Zulema and I are doing a Spanish facial on Tuesday, the 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific. If you have anybody, make sure you contact us ASAP. They're going to want to have their packets sent out tomorrow.
And it's going to be on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, super important. Keely, Jamie, and Christine, we're so proud of you guys as well. over $300 week, that's a star week. Okay, now you get 50 points for completing 3 new full circle faces, 3 sharing, recruiting, marketing shares, and $300 in sales on your weekly accomplishment sheet. You guys, some of y'all are so close to doing this every week, okay? Then you get 50 points when you have a new team member, be great start qualified. That's a great way to rack up those points. And then of course, we'll be doing our end of the month. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do tonight, and it's definitely not the least, just go ahead and take that off, is Andrea, you know, she comes up with these ideas in the middle of the night. And then I get these messages when I'm like, I haven't even had coffee yet. And I'm like, and she's going, and I'm like, okay, I'll just listen to that later. But she started thinking and talking and praying and really focusing on, what do you guys want to work for? Have you put one specific thing down? And you know what? I don't want it to be to contribute towards the bills. If you're going to contribute towards the bills, then say, I'm going to pay the electricity bill, which you do not want to pay that in Arizona. Mine was $850 this month. It might be, I want to make the car payment this month, or I want to take our whole family out to dinner and pay with Mary Kay cash. Zulema's done that so many times with her family, where she goes, this is all on Mary Kay, or she says like this is all on Mary Kay. I love that. And it helps her family appreciate it. So have you really thought about one specific thing? You got to know how much it costs. You got to know exactly the amount. And then Andrea, what do they do with that at that point? If I say, well, I want to pay our electricity bill this month, and I know it's going to be with the summer around $800, and it will be due on the 10th of September or the 10th of October. Tell me, Andrea, how do I accomplish that goal? I don't know where to start.
All right. All right. Oh my gosh. Who here has a goal? Who's like excited? And don't tell me I want to retire my husband in 15 years. Now that is a goal. That's more of a dream. A dream with a deadline becomes a goal. Mm-hmm. And I think that Joe just, I always go back to how was my business in the beginning? And Joe said, what do you want to buy that you haven't paid for? You don't have any money for. And I said, I want a bed. So I'm going to ask you right now, what do you want to buy that you haven't bought because you maybe don't have the money, or, it just is frivolous. So does everybody have something? Until you have something that gets you excited, none of this is going to be a blessing. Mary Kay won't even be a blessing to you. I just remember when Joe said, we get to create the life of our dreams. So what do you not have that Mary Kay could be the vehicle that could take you there? And I thought about it. I loved my job. And at the time, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I had a box spring and a mattress on the ground. So I said, I really would like a bed. Now, all of a sudden, my Mary Kay became such a blessing in my life because, number one, I wrote it down. Okay, so who's written it down? Who wrote it down? And guess, oh my gosh, play with us. We started more of our business meeting, but we love having you on because we really want you to be a talent scout. And Joe, I'm about to screen share, so don't worry. I'm going to have this all written. So we want you to be a talent scout. If it's not for you, if you maybe aren't ready to create some dreams and create cash, think of people that would be great on Jamie's team. So we start with, what is it that we don't have? And so I want to tell you that's step number one. Step number two is we're going to use, of course, a tracking sheet. Now, if you don't even have this tracking sheet, don't let it stop you, but we do have this. It's a wonderful tracking sheet. We're going to be so simple tonight because here's the magic formula. Who here is excited about having a magic formula? Once you have down what it is you want, I worked with 2 brand new consultants over the weekend, and one said, I really want to upholster my chair. Fran said, I need to have my chair. And I said, how much is that going to cost? She said, it's going to cost $500. So number one, write it down. Number two, you got to know what it's going to cost. That's what Joe just asked me, or she asked everybody. But when I said I want a bed, she said, great. How much is it? And I went to the store and I actually found the bed that I wanted and I wrote it down. So let's just use the number that Fran had given because I was working with her. She said it's going to be $500. So we have a magic formula in Mary Kay. Yes, we make half of everything we sell. We can create by just looking at half, But because we have operating expenses, I want you to put your profit in your wallet and be prepared for the lookbooks and the sample of the charcoal mask and all those things. So we use a different number than double. We use 2.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your number. I just mentioned 500 for Fran. She has now taken that number, multiplied it by 2.5. So instead of doubling to have 1,000, she came up with now 1,250. That was her number. So I want everybody to do that and have that number written down. Now, what do you do with that number once you have it? It seems big, it seems scary. Well, don't worry, you guys. We're going to break that number down. And the reason that Star Consultant is such a big deal is until you have an inventory that supports your goal, you're not going to be reaching those financial sales goals as quickly. And so we're going to take that number. I just mentioned 1,250 for Fran. So let's just say you are brand new or you haven't really worked enough to have a face average. Joe, what's your face average?
125 to 150.
Okay, mine's 100. A brand new consultant may be around $30 to $50. So you may feel like, oh, I don't even know what my face average is. Go low. I always say go low so that you understand you don't give up just because you didn't hit it with 5 faces. Well, not everybody has a face average of Joe. So we work our way up. So start slow if it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your number. Now, I think I am going to ask Joe to write this down because I can't type on this. So using the number 1,250, because I was working with Fran and I basically told her this is how easy it is. We break it down to see how many faces we need to have in order to reach our goal. So why don't we do a face average of 50 for a brand new consultant, or sorry, 30, forgive me, it's right here. So 1,250 divided by 30 because, hey, some of us don't know exactly how to do the specials or the sets. So we're going to err on the side of caution. $1,250 is what we need to sell. Now, if our average is $30, we're going to divide that. I'm going to do it right now because I can't do it in my brain. I'm not that good with my math.
It's on the chat. It's on the chat.
Can't even see it. 42 faces. So you guys, you have a sheet like this that has a box for every face. And right here is 30 faces. So in this example, Fran is only 42 faces away from reaching her goal of selling enough to buy and to reupholster her furniture. So I'm going to stop screen sharing because what do you do with this face thing now? Now you know you only need 42 faces. So now you get to decide, oh my goodness, how quickly do I want to fit in 42 faces? So then the next thing, and forgive me, I don't have, I don't have my calendar to show you, but think of a calendar right here. I want you to look at what does Joe or myself or Terry have on the calendar that will support you in seeing enough faces. I just mentioned we have a Spanish facial next week at 9 a.m. So what I would be thinking if I was you is like, man, I only need 42 faces. Something's going on Tuesday morning. Andrea has something Monday nights. I could do something on Wednesdays because my husband takes the kids and that would give me a little block of time. Maybe Thursday morning, I love to have coffee and I could invite some friends virtually. Who here is understanding that you take your calendar and then you start to highlight all of those 1 hour blocks that you could be doing a virtual face. So if you wanted to do Tuesday and Thursday, would maybe 1 face be good? Or if you really want to get to 42 faces faster, do you think maybe you could invite 5? Imagine if you had 10. Now you're thinking, I don't even know 10 faces. I don't have 10 friends. But that's the beauty of Mary Kay. It's not about you. It's about finding out what's in it for her. So Terry, I know you really love the microdermabrasion. Listen, I am in my double credit month. Everything's double for the month of September. We're even giving away a $100 Amazon gift card when we bless enough people. So if you If I was to give you a microdermabrasion for free, would you be excited to help me have like 6 or 7 women on a virtual session just so that we can together achieve our goals?
I mean, I'm going to get to try the product.
You know what? I can definitely send a sample to you if you want to try it. The great thing about Mary Kay is we're the only cosmetic company that has 100% lifetime warranty. So what we find is just getting together and I demo the product, I talk about it, and I can definitely send you a sample. Most women are excited to be able to purchase the product knowing that if they're not happy, we can always find something else. They have that 100% satisfaction guarantee. So would Wednesday work or is Thursday better?
Wednesdays are good for me.
Did y'all notice? I went right in with the question. I went right in with the calendar. I think sometimes we're asking the wrong question. So pay attention to the questions you're asking. And number 2, I want you to know when you're even available, because when you have your calendar already prepared before you do your phone calls, then it becomes like clockwork. You already know whatever is happening every single week. So if they say, Terry says, oh, sorry, I can't do it next week, I'm going to know immediately, that's okay. The following week is the week of the 20th, and I've got this or this. What would work for you? Mary Kay taught us the tentative booking approach. Joe was reinforcing to me as I grew up in the Mary Kay DIQ world, the tentative booking approach is, you know what, Joanna? I tell you what, why don't we pencil you down for September 24th at 10 a.m. And if for some reason you've called your guests and I've worked with all of the guest lists that you give me, if we need to change it, we can totally do so. I just ask that you always honor 24 hours in advance so that those women on my waiting list aren't going to be waiting longer. They could take your spot if we have to change it. Would that work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Who has some questions about being able to take that big, scary goal and financial need or dream and breaking it down to even faces? Who has something they put down that they're willing to share? What'd you write down? How many faces? Who wants to share?
You don't have to say what your goal is or how much, just how many faces will it take?
So I'm going to just tell you, until you can tell yourself that that's the goal, and until you can step out in faith and start to say it out loud every single day, every single day, every single day. I am a four-peat pink Cadillac director by 3/23/2021, my 50th birthday. Guess what, gang? I have like this many people that are excited to be in a pink Cadillac unit right now. But guess what? I'm saying it every day. And you know what? It's going to happen.
No.
Who here is excited to say, I just got chicken skin and I sweated about 1,000,000 degrees. Just saying it out loud. I got sweat dripping down my back. No lie. Holy crow me. Oh my gosh, that does not happen to me. So guess what happens? Like everything, neurons start to change when you become the bad, you know what, that you really are. And we start to declare, like God's got our back, ladies, but we've been too quiet. We haven't shared our goal with ourselves, with our director, and God forbid we haven't shared it in this safe space with our sisters. And I'm just going to pray upon you tonight that this is it. We are no more living small, because our living small doesn't help those women who want to say yes to you, but they don't think that they can do it until you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when all of the Shipe family will be rocking it on stage, and we'll be having our Joe honored as our fearless leader, because we started to really live in the faith that we know. We say it, but maybe we aren't living it.
And let me tell you what, guys, how many of y'all have walked on the national stage? It is a once in a lifetime memory. It is absolutely phenomenal. Whether you walk on as National Court of Sales, National Court of Sharing, as a brand new director, as a car winner, when you walk on that stage, you're like, you don't remember anybody who ever said no. You don't remember anybody who ever, didn't do what they said they were going to do. All you can think is, this does not suck. And I just want to encourage you guys, take what Andrea has just given you tonight. So many of us are not writing it down, breaking it down, and tracking it. We're saying, well, I'm going to call about this many people, or I'm going to do about this, or you know what that is? That's chicken. That's chicken. If my husband showed up at his corporate job and said, I might get some work done today, I might make a few phone calls today, I might be on a couple of conference calls today, I'll just kind of see how the spirit moves me, or, if I need to pick up hairs off the bathroom floor. Why do we allow ourselves to do that? Get up, do your workout, do your walk, do your breathing, do your meditation. Get up at 4:30 if you have to. My husband gets up at 4:30 every morning. And Andrea, get 4:30 every morning to get in the workout, to get in the personal stuff, so that they have the rest of the day to make everything happen. And let me tell you what, I'm not getting up at 4:30, but I don't have to. Okay. I like to work out around 1 or 2 in the afternoon because my gym is across the hall. We built a gym when COVID hit in our house. So I just, between phone calls or sometimes during phone calls, if I ever call you and I sound like this, hey, Jamie, please do not think I'm trying to, get you excited about anything other than your business, because I'm probably working out. But you guys, look at your schedule and commit to it. Discipline is not a bad word. And do you know that when we go to heaven, we will work? Do you know that you will not just sit around eating bonbons, that you will have a job in heaven? This is like the dress rehearsal. Let's work towards our goals. Let's have our family, when we show up, go, you said you were going to do it and you did it. That's pretty amazing. I have to tell you one more thing, and then we're going to let you guys go. I found this Post-it note on my desk. I don't know when my little munchkin left it, but this is what she said. I'm not going to cry. So proud of you. You are an amazing role model, friend, and mom. I love you, Julesy. You guys, when you want to kill your teenagers and tell God they died, this is around the corner, because they watch you. They watch you set goals and reach them. They watch you set goals and how you react when you don't reach them. They listen to your words. When you say, I can't, or nobody will, or it's not going to happen, guess what they're learning from you? They're learning how not to do things. When you say, I am focused on, this is my goal, this is going to happen. It may not be in the timeline I'm picturing it, but it's going to happen. That's what they're going to grab onto. They're watching you. They're watching you. And those grandkids are watching you. Some of y'all have grandkids. Those grandkids are watching you and they're listening to you. And when you say, I can't, or I won't, or I'm too tired, you know what? That transfer into a permanent wave in their brain that they will draw on in times of need, crisis, or goals. And I have to tell you, I'm looking at Andrea's kids as they're getting older, because I've watched her literally carry all 3 of them. And she's watched my kids. And she can see where my kids, years and years of watching mom work, watching mom set goals, watching her reach them, watching her not reach them, how they become goal setters. And now we're seeing her oldest son setting these huge goals and just becoming this amazing adult man. And it's going to take time. If it's worth having, if it's worth doing, it will take an investment of time. If this were a get rich quick scheme, everybody would want to do it and nobody would believe you anyway.
And it wouldn't be enjoyable.
It wouldn't. Okay. So this is what I want to leave y'all with today. Pop a state in September. Pop a state in September. If you're not doing virtual, get together with 3 people who love you and just try it. 3 people who just love you and they're not going to laugh at you and make fun of you, and just try it. Because once you do it, you're going to be hooked. absolutely hooked. And then have a live party and some virtual. You know, you can have 3 people from your neighborhood and they can all invite their relatives from out of town. You can have 3 live in front, and on the iPad or on the computer, you can have 25 more people watching you, like QVC or show and tell. They don't have to have the product in their hand. Like Andrea said, there's a 100% money back guarantee. And I can tell y'all something, since we've been doing this for almost 2 years now, I can tell you this about virtual. I can send them a packet with tons of samples and instructions and washcloths and headbands, or I can send them nothing or just a lookbook or a link to a lookbook, and my sales are the same. I'm telling you right now, they don't need the product in their hand. You don't need to invest in all the samples. You might think it helps, but it costs you time, money, and Section 2 inventory.
Hey, Joe,
I'm
can I
telling
say
you right
something?
now, it works
Joe, can I say something real fast?
real fast.
My party Friday, 6 ladies. They all stared at me. None of them picked up their packet. I took all that time. I sent all their stuff, and they just sat there looking. So I got to tell you, it wasn't a great party, but you know what? The hostess did what she needed to do. And I did have some good customers, but I'll tell you right now, I'm just going to tell people, oh my gosh, well, it must be in the mail still. It's all good.
I'll send you some samples later. Okay, so Papa State in the next week. I want everybody to raise your right hand. Raise your left hand. Do like this. Put them on your shoulders and give yourself a hug and say, I love me.
Love me.
I love you. Because you guys are awesome. All right. Have a great night. Love you. Be accountable to your director on Boxer every single day. Love y'all.